ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Vishwarupa Darshana, the 11th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Geeta, has been our study for quite some time now, and we are presently looking at how Arjuna expresses his feelings as he beholds the cosmic form of Sri Krishna. Vishwarupa Darshana. We went up to about 40th verse. Arjuna says, Nama purastad ata prishtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva ananta viryamita vikramastum sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. He offers namaskara. Namaha purastat, from the front, very poetically. Atha prishtataste, from behind. In fact, I want to salute you from all directions. That's what he says. Let's read the 40th verse. Nama purastadata prishtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva ananta viryamita vikramastvam sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. Once more, I should say, in a very poetic manner, Arjuna praises Sri Krishna and says, You are of Ananta Virya. Your power, strength, heroism, your glories are infinite. Ananta Virya. Amita Vikrama. Vikrama is one more word to signify how much God can do, how far God can go. Vikrama, Trivikrama are words implying the extent to which somebody's power extends or goes. Amita Vikrama. Mita means limited. Amita is unlimited. Tvam Sarvam. You are everything. And Sarvam Samapnoshi. You pervade, you reach everywhere. In fact, you are everything. Tatosi Sarvaha. Wonderful shloka which can be used in our daily prayers too. What Arjuna said to Sri Krishna, we can say to Sri Krishna, Sri Mahavishnu, or for that matter, to any Ishtadevata of ours. Shankaracharya explains, Tatha namaha purastat purvasyam dishi tubhyam. Purastat elsewhere means from the front or in the front, but here Shankaracharya connects it to the eastern direction. And ata prishtataha, prishtato pichate, from behind, which would mean in the west. Purvasyam dishi, paschime dishi, and so on. Namostute sarvata eva, sarvasu dikshu, sarvatra stitaya, he sarva. You yourself are Sarva. Sarva means everything. You are everything. I salute you from all directions. Ananta Virya Amita Vikramaha. Taking one samasa at a time. Anantam Viryam Asya. And the second compound is Amitaha Vikramaha Asya. Of the Sri Krishna, strength is infinite. His ability to reach is also unthinkable. Viryam actually means, Bhashyakara writes, Samarthyam, and Vikramaha is Parakramaha. Virya is the hidden capacity. Vikrama is so much of adventurous exploits that he has shown. Parakrama is going places and achieving things. Viryavanapi kaschit shatru vadhadi vishaye na parakramate manda parakramo va. Very rightly, the commentator adds, there are people who have lot of strength, but something holds them back. They may have a little hesitation, a little inhibition, a little doubt when they are required to act. Though they have all the capacity, they may just stay without action. Or manda parakramaha, they do act, but they don't bring out their full capacity. Whereas the word vikrama, standing for parakrama, means Sri Krishna is one who has infinite capacity, and whenever required, without hesitation, without any inhibition, with no kind of complex which besets human beings, God goes ahead and does things. Tvam tu ananta viryaha amita vikramascha iti ananta virya amita vikramaha. Sarvam samastam jagat samapnoshi. Apnoshi itself means you get or you pervade everywhere. Samapnoshi. Eken atmana apnoshi. You are one and you are everywhere. The one in all and all in one are the two ways we describe God's glory. Apnoshi, Vyapnoshi, more commonly known is the word Vyapta. Vyapta is pervaded, but it comes from the verbal root ap. Apta and Vyapta. Tataha tasmadasi bhavasi sarvahatvam tvaya vina bhutam na kinchidasti. Ityartha. A summary statement is given by Bhagavan Bhashyakara. There is just nothing in this entire creation which does not have you. Tvaya vina bhutam na kinchidapi asti. How most appropriate words are used by Arjuna, who is now a total bhakta. A while ago, he thought of himself as the glorious prince of Hastinapura, and probably he even looked at Sri Krishna as, he is my charioteer today. Well, right now, all this perception changed. A Tippanakara says, just as the rope which appears as a snake pervades the entire snake, the appearance is pervaded by the truth which is appearing in that form. This whole universe, from the Advaita Vedanta point of view, is an appearance upon one truth which God is. Therefore, Paramatma alone is everywhere. There is nothing other than Paramatma. Therefore, Samapnoshi is implied by, or it implies this kind of pervading. And we go further. Connection is given by Bhashyakara. Yataha aham tvant mahatmya aparidnanat aparaddaha. Ataha. Tvad Mahatmya Aparijnana. Oh Sri Krishna, not knowing your greatness, I became aparadhi. Many mistakes were committed by me. Many wrongs happened at my hands. Therefore, I wish to seek your forgiveness. The following verses are extremely touching. You should imagine the emotion with which Arjuna must be saying this to Sri Krishna. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam He Krishna he Yadava he Sakheti Ajanata Mahimanam Tavedam Maya Pramadat Pranayena Vapi Yachavahasarthamasatkritosi Viharashayyasana Bhojaneshu Yekothavaप्यच्युत तत्समक्षम् तत्क्षामये त्वामहमप्रमेयम् Sakha iti matva. Matva means thinking. Having thought of you as Sakha. The word Sakhi is the word. It becomes Sakha in Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. Sakha, Sakhayav, Sakhayaha. It's a very different kind of word. Sakha iti matva, thinking of you as just another friend. Prasabham yaduktham. I spoke carelessly, sometimes roughly, sometimes coarsely, sometimes impolitely, sometimes showing no respect, sometimes showing disrespect, and so on. I called you just as I would call some ordinary friend. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Sakha. In this way, ajanata mahimanam, mahimanam ajanata, not knowing your greatness. Tava idam mahimanam, this greatness of yours, which I am beholding this morning. Maya pramadat, uktam goes with it. Maya pramadat yat uktam, whatever was said by me, by just error, by inadvertence, by having no such intention, but in some kind of immaturity, I spoke all that. Pranayena vapi, out of affection, out of just love, out of just some kind of intimacy. I just said that all along I forgot, or I just did not know how great you truly were. Yet avahasartam, sometimes I made fun of you. I mocked at you. I laughed at you. Avahasa. Hasati means to laugh. But avahasa can mean a kind of treating somebody very lightly without giving due respect to that person. Asatkritaha. Satkritaha treated properly. Satkara is good treatment, good hospitality, showing proper regard, proper respect. But I didn't do it. I failed very badly. Asatkritaha asi. In what matters? Vihara, while going round. Shayya, while we had to rest and sleep. Maybe there was a cot with a proper bed and another bed which was not all that good on the ground. Quite probably, I slept on the cot and proper bed, and you had to sleep on the ground on a thin, you know, sheet of cloth or not a very good bed. So Shayya, Asana, and while seats also, two or three seats, I took the best seat, the best chair or the best sofa and asked you to sit on something ordinary. Bhojaneshu, some items were in less number. I gobbled all of them and left nothing for you. So vihara shayya asana bhojaneshu ekaha atava api achyuta tat samaksham. Maybe you were alone or there were many others. Whichever way, Hey Achyuta, Hey Sri Krishna, in front of all, Samaksha means in front of all. And I must have treated you badly. Or Ekaha, as another translator puts it, um, when Arjuna was alone, Arjuna by himself might have talked about Sri Krishna, thought about Sri Krishna in inappropriate ways, or in front of others, whatever ill treatment I meted out to you, tat kshamaye. Kshamaye is, I ask you to forgive me. I ask you to ignore all that, forget all that, for you are aprameya. You are of immeasurable glory. Bhashyakara says, Sakha is samana vayaha. Sakha is especially used for somebody who is of the same age. Therefore, you take extra liberty with that person. In our tradition, it has always been the practice to look at the age of someone. Someone is 5 years older, 10 years older. Just by that age, it becomes appropriate for us to address that person, her or him, with some respect. Apparently, Sri Krishna was much older than Arjuna, but either way, the way Arjuna treated Sri Krishna was as though Sri Krishna was of same age, like a classmate, like a colleague of same credentials. Natva viparita buddhya, thinking in ways that are contrary to truth. Prasabham. Prasabham is with force. Therefore, Acharya says, Abhibhuyam, prasahya. Certain rajas rose in me, and I just talk to you in ways which, as I look back now, were indeed very inappropriate. Like what? Hey Krishna, hey Yadava, hey Sakhe. So we have the Sambodhana of Sakhi Shabda is Sakhe. Therefore, strictly speaking in the shloka, Sakhe iti should have come. But Sakheti has come. Therefore, a Tippanakara promptly puts a footnote. In the Mula, in the shloka proper, Sakheti is Arsha Prayoga. Arsha means Rishi's license. Veda Vyasa was a Rishi of great eminence, and at places the Rishis take liberty with the language. Otherwise, Sakheti is split as Sakha iti. And Sakha is not the vocative form of the word Sakhi. To address, just as you want to address Guru, you have to say Guru. You want to address Ravi, Rave. You want to address Rama, the first case is Ramaha, but addressing is Hey Rama, no Aha. So there is a Sambodhana Vibhakti. Sakhi Shabda becomes Sakhe iti. And then it could become Saka, character space, iti by Sandhi, not Sakheti. Sakheti is split as Sakha iti, which is not the proper form here. Therefore, it is Vedic license or Rishi's license. Rishis can occasionally, not every now and then, use some form which is different from standard form. Saketi has to be really Sakhe iti. Ajanata ajnanina mudena kim ajanata iti mahimanam tava mahatmyam tava idam ishwarasya vishwarupam. I didn't know that in you contain in you existed or exists the entire universe. Tavaidam mahimanam ajanata iti Vaiyadikaranyena sambandha. So there is Samanadikaranya and Vaiyadikaranya. So that's a grammar point. Let's see how. Yes. The Samana Adhikarana is when two words match in case, number, and gender. And here Mahimanam is Pullinga, masculine, and Idam is Napunsaka, because in masculine the idam becomes imam. Therefore, here ajanata mahimanam tava imam should have come. But again, a certain Vedic license, it is said tava idam mahimanam. Idam is neuter, mahimanam is masculine. There is Vaiyadikaranya. V plus Adhikarana. V means Viparita Adhikarana. Samana Adhikarana and Viparita Adhikarana. Therefore, this again is a little freedom, little liberty that Veda Vyasa has taken. That's the point made by the Bhashya. How does he put it? Tavaidam mahimanam ajanata iti vayadikaranyena sambandha tava imam iti pataha yadi asti tada samanadikaranyameva. That is a grammar point. Bhashyakara proceeds, Maya pramadat vikshipta chittataya. Pramada means our mind is not where our hands are. Swami Chinmayananji used to advise young people especially, let your mind be where your hands are. Your hands are making some coffee. You have put hot milk, you have put instant coffee powder, and your friends appreciate a little bit sugar. You are putting some sugar. You are supposed to put some sugar, but the mind ran somewhere. Instead of sugar, you put some salt. This is pramada. Why did that error take place? Your mind went somewhere. You are thinking of something else and mechanically took half a spoon of salt and put in the coffee. Pramada. So, vikshipta chittataya. How appropriately Shankaracharya writes. All these commentaries have quite a lot of insights into human psychology. It is said, if we do not live in an orderly manner, if you do not live in self-control, if you live in just mindless indulgence, you eat whatever you feel like eating, whenever you feel like eating, you sleep whenever you feel like sleeping, so no order, then the tendency to be distracted, tendency to be thinking about something else while doing something else, as a result, committing many errors increase. The probability of your pramada increases. Therefore, in the second chapter, it is said, especially in the context of Indriya Lolupatva. Indriya Lolupatva is our being unduly attached to sense gratification. So it is said in the second chapter in the Sthita Prajna Lakshana, this tendency, tadasya harati prajna. One's prajna means certain presence of mind, being aware. Is this salt or is this sugar? Where is sugar? Oh, that is sugar. You take. That's presence of mind. If the mind has run away, you put salt where sugar should have been put. On another day, you put sugar where salt should have been put. Either way, the job suffers. Therefore, vikshipchatittaya pranayena va. What is pranaya? Sneha nimittaha visrambha. Sometimes due to excessive sense of friend, we are friends, doesn't matter, and so on. Sometimes when two friends meet, and if they have a very thick friendship, they break many rules. They take half from their glass of juice, then they grab the other fellow's glass and drink a little, put it back, then drink a little from here, which is not done otherwise. Once you take two glasses of juice, let us say, you drink from your glass, the other person drinks from her glass or his glass. In various contexts, when two people are very close friends, they just break ordinary, regular norms. So Arjuna says, I broke norms and behaved with you, taking you for granted. Tenapi karanena yaduktavaanasmi. In those moments, on those occasions, whatever words fell out from my mouth make me regret, make me feel tremendously guilty at this time. And the next sloka also said, Yachavahasarthamasatkrutosi. Avahasa is sometimes, again, out of certain friendly spirit, you make fun of the other person. You call him names, you describe him in some unpleasant ways. So he has dressed well and come, and you say, today you look like Hitler, which is not complimentary. You make such words which, if there are others present over there, uh, it will make all of them laugh. And your friend may not like to be laughed at, but you enjoy it. So, avahasa, parihasa prayojanaya, satkritah paribhutah asi, bhavasi, kva viharashayyasana bhojaneshu. Viharanam viharaha, padavyayamaha. Padavyayamaha means the very interesting word it is. Padavyayamaha. Maybe there is another version to here. It is said in some books this Padavyayamaha is not present at all. Maybe in the book some of you are holding of Shankara Bhāshya, Viharanam Viharaha Padavyayama Shabda may not be found. So a Tippanakara says in four versions which he considered, the word Padavyayama is not given. But he has opted for this version taken from maybe a fifth source, where after Viharanam and Viharaha, there is Padavyayama. Various movements of feet, mainly going here, going there. You and a friend walk together. You go up a hill, you come down, you go around a lake, you sit somewhere, you eat somewhere. All these movements. Shayanam is Shaya, Asanam is Asthaika. Of course, Shaya is the word in the Mula. Shayanam is the meaning given. In Shankara Bhāshya, sometimes the word from the shloka comes first and the meaning next. Sometimes the other way around. Shayanam is the meaning of Shaya. Shaya comes in the shloka proper. Vihara Shaya Asana Astaika seats. Bhojanam Adanam Ad is to eat. From the root Ad only the word Anna comes. Anna is in Sanskrit is food. In some languages Anna refers to cooked rice only. But that is also one meaning. Primarily Anna means any food. Roti also is Anna. Even vegetables is Anna. Anything you eat is Anna. Adyate iti annam. Iti eteshu vihara shayyasana bhojaneshu ekaha parokshaha san asatkritosi paribhutosi. Sometimes I would not have been right in front of you. I would have been myself alone in another room, but I would have said to a servant, who? Krishna has come. I think the morning breakfast a little bit must have remained. Give it to him. So some kind of casually, carelessly, without even asking the servant to heat it up a little, just give her that what is remaining in that vessel. give it. So Paroksha, not Pratyaksha, Arjuna wasn't in front of Sri Krishna at that time. Ekaha. Athava achyuta tat samaksham. Tat shabdaha kriya visheshanarthaha. Tat samaksham. Pratyaksham va asatkritosi. So Paroksham was meant by Ekaha and Tat Samaksham is in front of you, maybe along with a few others also. Therefore, in contrast to Pratyak Paroksha, behind, away, which is the meaning of Ekaha, this Tat Samaksham brings out the meaning of Pratyaksha, in front, with you, just around you. Then also many times I have done things which are unpardonable. Aparada jatam kshamaye kshamam karaye. So Kshama is forgiving and he makes Krishna to forgive him. He requests Krishna to forgive. Therefore it is causal. Kshamam karaye. Just as you drink, you make somebody drink. You speak, you make somebody speak. You forgive, you make Sri Krishna, or here you request Sri Krishna to forgive. Therefore, Kshamaye. Tvamaham aprameyam pramanathitam. You are beyond all means of measurement. You cannot measure. So, the glory of Mahatmas cannot be measured with the tools that we have. There was a Vice Chancellor, H. Narasimhaya, in Bangalore University. He never accepted Satya Sai Baba. Once he went with scientific instruments and a team of scientists to Puttaparthi, which is just a few hours drive from Bangalore, and sent a message to Satya Sai Baba. I have come with cameras and many other instruments. I would like you to show some of your miracles. I will scientifically check them, whether it is really a miracle or you are fooling us, like magicians do. And Satya Sai Baba got the message, and that time it came in all the newspapers, I guess in the 70s or so, 1970s. Satya Sai Baba looked at his message and sent a message in reply. And that reply was like this. With a little foot rule, 12 inches long, don't try to measure the depth of an ocean. Go back. So he did not give darshan at all. Fretting and fuming, angry, H. Narasimhaya came back to Bangalore. And it so happened in a couple of months, he lost his position of Vice Chancellor. It must have been a coincidence, but all Satya Sai Bhaktas said, see, look at his audacity. He went to test Baba. Who is he? What capacity? What fitness does he have? What eligibility does he have? See the result. He lost his chair within a couple of months. That's what happens when you challenge truly great divine Mahatmas. Like that, people commented. Of course, many others who did not have the regard for Satya Sai Baba criticized Satya Sai Baba. Look, when H. Narasimhaya came, he should have come out and showed some of his miracles, bringing out Vibhuti, that sacred ash, or materializing something. There's a heap of flowers. He would move his hand in the midst of the heap of flowers and take out a Krishna idol. Once he took some people to a beach and he moved his hand in the sand of the beach. From there, he took out quite a big Sri Krishna idol. So he performed not hundreds, thousands of miracles, but I have great regard for him. I do not question or doubt his divinity. When people asked, why do you do all these miracles? He openly said, like a true Vedantin, he said, these miracles are only a sideshow. Just as I Just as we attract children with some chocolates in hand, children come near. Then our main purpose may be to instruct the children on morality, on dharma, on how to live, how to spend time, etc. With main purpose being to educate children, just to attract them, to get them near. We may have some chocolates in our hands. Like that, all my miracles are just to attract people. My main job is to guide them spiritually, to guide them on selflessness, on devotion to God, on Atmajnana. In those days, a friend of mine was doing PhD on Brahma Sutras, and Satya Sai Baba called him. Dr. Rajaram, his name. No, he hadn't got PhD that time, Rajaram. He was very slow, very soon he became Dr. Rajaram. Even now he lives in the campus of Muddenahalli, north of Bangalore. So this Dr. Rajaram, I knew that time, was called by Satya Sai Baba. And Satya Sai Baba asked him questions. What are you doing? What research are you doing? Brahma Sutras. So far, what have you written? And Rajaram himself said to me those days and a few others, he was astonished. Satya Sai Baba guided him in many matters of Brahma Sutras, technicalities. And Rajaram came out of Baba's cabin wondering, when did he study Brahma Sutras? These are all studied in universities, in places of scholarship. So it is said that some other time a bunch of Germans went in and Baba spoke to them in German. Many people may not believe it, but you can't brush it aside also. People who said that to us are not liars or are not some kind of confused people. So, miracles galore Sai Baba had shown during his so many years of life and all kinds of. Once somewhere, when he was very young, 22-year-old or so, a small number of devotees were with him. They were all in some kind of a picnic spot. And Sai Baba closed his eyes and he just almost collapsed. Yeah, what happened? What happened? But after 20 minutes, he rose and then said, don't worry, don't worry. A devotee of mine remembered me. He was in distress. I had to go there. And I helped that fellow and have come back. And later they verified and they checked. Yes, somebody was in some great danger and Baba appeared there. So many such things are said. Anyway, even among those who are listening to Bhagavad Gita discourse, some may have that kind of regard for Satya Sai Baba. Some may question it all. That is up to you. But the question is, Pramanatitam. Like Satya Sai said to H. Narasimhaya, the then Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University, who himself was a PhD in physics, who had done doctorate or postdoctorate in USA also. Not physics, maybe biology, one of the sciences. He was a very well-known figure, a Gandhian and a man of sterling character. H. Narasimhaya was a great person in so many respects, but he didn't have the faith. He didn't have the faith with regard to Satya Sai Baba. So Baba said to him, don't use a foot rule or a small measuring stick to measure the depth of an ocean. Go back. Pramana Atitam. Lord Krishna thus is way beyond available instruments, or in another sense, way beyond our mind, our senses, our reasoning to figure out how great he is. We shall just read another shloka. Arjuna goes more and more in a highly submissive mood. He calls Sri Krishna, you are the father of the entire creation. All moving and unmoving things in this creation are like your children. You are most worthy of reverence. You are great. You are the teacher. You are the senior most. There is no one equal to you, natvat samaha, or no one higher than you. That question doesn't arise. Lokatraye api apratima prabhava. In the three worlds, the heavens, the earth, and the nether worlds, your prabhava, your influence, your power is incomparable. There is no comparison. Pratima, see, somewhere Pratima means a statue. What is a statue after all? Let's say there is real Dasharatha and they make a statue which looks exactly like him. So a Pratima is comparison. The Pratima compares with the original. It looks like the original. Apratima means there is no comparison for you. पितासि लोकस्य चराचरस्य त्वमस्य पूज्यश्च गुरुर्गरीयान् न त्वत्समोऽस्ति अभ्यधिकः कुतोऽन्यः लोकत्रयेऽपि अप्रतिमप्रभाव. All right, once more. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. See you next Wednesday morning in India, Tuesday evening in the West. Hari Om.